Hello everybody, every beautiful body. You know it's Psyka Dela doing Kwanzaa still. We're on day 5. Yeah, it's been 5 days of doing this. I feel like I generally don't do challenges, and this really feels like a challenge, and it feels good. It feels good to like progressively go through it, and lighting each candle is really nice as well. I love the whole concept of the kinara as just a way of keeping track. So today's principle is one of my favorites. It is Nia, purpose. Whew. I have spent a lot of time with myself just alone and thinking about this, mulling over it, especially like throughout my 20s. I read a couple books and that kind of thing, watched a lot of YouTube videos on self-help related stuff, and really tried to come to terms with like why I'm here, like why am I here? Because I don't like doing things that I don't like doing, like for the sake of a job or for the sake of anything. Like if I really don't like a thing, I just feel like I'm not gonna do it. And sometimes something is necessary and you just have to, but overall I really would much rather be spending my time doing something I care about, something I love to do, and I would want that to make money for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm an artist. Like, this whole capitalism and like hunger and greed for money and all of that, it's really hard for me to embrace. So yeah, I have thought about my purpose, and I remember feeling a little, almost like, I wouldn't say insecure, but there was a lack of certitude inside me during my teens, because you see people who are good at particular things, like, oh, she's so good at singing, she's great at dancing. I guess I was smart in high school. I got good grades and I was known for getting good grades. I also was good at art. Like I would draw a lot. I would draw portraits a lot. Portraits are my fave. I love drawing them. It's been years since I've actively, consistently done it, but it's something I really enjoy, like just capturing human face. I was known for like drawing a lot. I feel like I was drawing a lot and I was doing it in school, and I took art as a subject too. So yeah, I was good at some things and I enjoyed doing some things, but nothing really felt like a whole ass calling. It didn't feel like, oh, this is what I must do. Some people, they train for a particular thing, like some kind of athletic sport or dance or something, from they're like really young, and they really care about it, and they go on to do it professionally, and then turns out their whole life is now about this thing, and we would all hope that anyone who did put in all that work was really passionate about it, right? Yeah, I wasn't one of those people. I feel like I figured it out more in my early 20s, and I would read self-help books and watch lots of YouTube videos in like the self-help arena, and that's how I came down to my purpose being very music based. One of the methods that I learned about in trying to find my purpose was the ikigai method. This is a Japanese term and it loosely means reason for being. And I thought it was a great exercise, so I want to share it with you. If you've heard about it already, perhaps you can like do it again and see if there are any changes. If there's like an update on you and what you love and what you like, and what you want to do with your life. But come on over, let me show you. So I'm not sure how clearly you can see it, but I'm gonna read it out. So this is a diagram just with the various categories that you would fill out, and they're all kind of related to what your reason for being is and why you are here. So at the top we have something that you love, so you would fill in this part with just all the things that you love. For example, if you love to play sports or a particular sport, or if you love to paint, or you love to read out loud, so you go and you read to children, or you know, the elderly or whatever, like just the little things you love to do. This is probably the easiest one to fill out because you know what you love, you know, the kind of thing that makes you not even think about like eating and sleeping, like you're just lost in it, you're just so lost in that thing that you love, like it takes over, like it feels great. The few times I've been in it, I need to be in it way more. I need to like exercise it way more. So yeah, here you put the things that you love. Next, over here it says something you are good at. So anything that you feel like you are good at, which, you know, might coincide with something that you love, but you might realize that you're just good at a thing even though you didn't like consider it as something that you would die to do. You might not have realized that, but oh, I'm doing this thing, everyone's saying I'm good at it, you know, I feel like that's a good job when I look at it. So yeah, put the things that you are good at. Think about what anyone has ever told you that you're good at. Not that you need external validation, but hearing any kind of support in the direction of, you know, your skill set or whatever from an external person makes you really feel like, oh yeah, I'm probably quite good at this, especially multiple people. If many people are saying that you're good at blah blah blah, then you're probably good at it, so you can put it in this list. So down here we have something that pays you well. So what have you ever been paid for before? People who have been in jobs long term, like whatever the skill is that is required of your job is something that, you know, you're getting paid for. If you are in the arts too, like what are some of the gigs that you have gotten or some pieces that you have sold, you know, yeah, what have you been paid for? So you put that here. For instance, funnily enough, I've been paid for face painting before. And so I remember writing that down when I was going through this, because I wouldn't think of face painting like at all as like anything that is an interest of mine per se. Although I like painting and I like faces. It's just not something that crosses my mind, but I ended up in a situation where I was suggested for the face painting, and then from there I like kind of did it at this event and that event, and so yeah, I can put face painting in something that pays me. Oh, but it says something that pays you well. No, face painting doesn't pay me well. It doesn't pay me well. I'm gonna have to come back with that one. This one here says something that the world needs. So, of course, community, which is so much the spirit of Kwanzaa, right? It's everywhere, everyone, all traditions must consider what you can do for the community at large, society at large, your brother, your sister, your neighbor, your fellow classmates, or, you know, co-worker. Like, we're just thinking about community a lot. And I think this is just a concept that is very foreign to a lot of us, and even me, like I have, you know, some distance with like how much I feel like I am serving my community or even thinking about serving them right now, which I talked a bit about in day 3, the Ujima video. And I think in, you know, the straight white man world that we all live in, you know, it's funny because I'm the type to be annoyed when people say things too much or bring up a thing too much, but it is just insane just how much of a straight white man world we are in, right? Like, we are so in that world. So if you are none of those 3, I'm none of those 3. I'm none of those 3. So yeah, if you're none of those 3, like, you feel like a foreigner in this world, you know, you're feeling like an alien in this world, trying to navigate it. And yeah, there's something about capitalism that they love, at least over here in the West. Like, man, like all the colonizer types, they're so individualistic, you know what I mean? You would have to be very individualistic to not care and to do all the horrible things that they did to, you know, lands that they wanted to conquer and the people who inhabited those lands, you have to be individualistic. Like, you are not thinking about society at all. You're not thinking about the greater good and what you can do for, like, you know, the community. One part of this Kwanzaa journey, boy, is really realizing the atrocities of the white man. And you know, I saw a list of couple readings and stuff that relate to each purpose, and they're so based in just, you know, being former slaves and how we're free now and how Africa is our real home and all these things, but it's really kind of just laced with quite a bit of negativity, because that's what they were writing about in like the 60s, just how horrible it is, the way that, you know, black people are being treated, having colored bathrooms. Like, are you serious? That scene in Hidden Figures where she like has to run across wherever to get to the colored bathroom and then gets cussed for being late or whatever it is. Like, there's another rant about that, and it's very likely to come up again. So yeah, something that the world needs. Like, what is something on your mind that you feel is lacking in the world or needs improvement, or you have come into contact with a particular community and you see what their needs are and how you can contribute towards that. So you have your things listed out here: what you love, what you're good at, something that pays you well, and something that the world needs. So when you overlap what you love and what you're good at, you would have your passion. And anything that's passionate and a passion project and comes from the passion of your soul is worthwhile. Then when you have what you're good at, overlapping with what pays you well, you have your profession. So it's a little more detached, because it's not like, oh, I stay up all night doing this just from the love in my heart. It's kind of like, oh, you've seen the things you're good at, you don't really mind doing them, you like that you're excellent at it, and then you have the things that pay you well, and so that just makes up your profession. But some people, you know, are not happy here because, you know, let's say you're good at data entry and it pays you well, but like it's just not something that, you know, you really love, like it doesn't drive you, but you're able to write it down in these. So they're still valid in the sense that you're good at it and you get money for it, but you know, it might feel a little detached. And likewise with passion, you know, is the opposite. It feels good, it's great and everything, but is it really making you money? Have you assessed if you're good at the thing that you really love to do? Do you need to do more work at it? Like, how can you turn this into something that is lucrative? Then when you have what pays you well overlapping with what the world needs, you have your vocation. So, you know, vocation and profession could be thought as similar things, but I think there's more meaning to vocation, and that comes in with the community aspect of what the world needs. So, you know, your vision and your mission, like what is your own personal vision for the world and what is your mission, which is basically, you know, the means by which you get to the vision, the final thing that you see. Oh, a utopian society where we respect nature and each other, you know? And then the mission would be to make, you know, all energy renewable by this certain date, and have therapy available for people, or, you know, have more retreats where you take psychedelic drugs and work through your problems so that you can purge and cleanse and heal, you know? But something that pays you. Your vocation, you know, it's paying you also while you are thinking about those things. And actually the overlap of what the world needs and what you love is your mission. So if you know that, like for instance with the energy thing, if I really love, you know, if I for instance took if I took geography in school, And I learned a lot of things about the weather, about the planet, about formations of whatever, about, you know, our solar system and all of that. And I felt like I was gaining an understanding of the environment, and I wanted to know how to make energy more renewable, or how to live more harmoniously with nature and stop doing, you know, things that pollute and destroy. I would be combining what I feel the world needs with something that I love. If I really loved it like that, you know, I don't love it like that. I love music like that, and everyone needs music. As long as you're alive and you're human, you need it. Trust me. Don't debate this. So yeah, this is a whole exercise. You could spend maybe 5 minutes in each section, laying it out, and you know, you at least would then have an idea of what your passion is, or just, you know, you kind of probably already know what your profession is if you're actively working or have been working in a particular job for years. You would know what your vocation is, so it's almost like profession with a little more meat because it's for the society. So it's nice to be good at it too, and you know, you're getting paid for it, but you are now like really putting your efforts towards how you can help other people. And you have your mission, which feels very good to me. I love passion and mission because I'm just very like that. I'm like, oh, the paid area sounds businessy, it sounds very fuzzy and full of full of all that finance stuff. I like up here. I like thinking about the world. I like the things I love, and I like the things I'm good at. But no, this matters too, because no matter what, there will be some kind of currency and some kind of exchange, and you will need to participate in that to sustain yourself. So even if it doesn't look exactly like money and the money we know today, it's gonna be something, and you need this thing to be what gets you something back. You put out this and you get it back. So yeah, y'all, you know, try this exercise out. I thought it was, you know, very enriching when I first came upon it, and now I'm inspired to go through it again. I feel pretty much the same about the things I love and, you know, I'm good at. Feel like generally I've been paid for the same nature of stuff, and I even more so now I'm thinking about what the world needs. Yeah, this is great to do every couple of years, I would actually say. So I'm due one. I feel like I came to terms with my purpose a few years ago, but I haven't really taken the definitive steps to actualize it. And it's like, as you know, the years go by, the days go by, like particularly recently, I'm seeing just how much work is required for you to put out what you need to be putting out. And you might think, oh, this is something I enjoy, you know, it's not gonna feel like work. But work is actually a beautiful thing. Work as a concept is good. It is the spending of energy on something worth it, basically. And in the process you get to, you know, exercise your brain and your mind, or you might get to use your body physically, and you know, there's usually some kind of result, and that result impacts somebody. So just work in itself, work is good. It's just about organizing it, like really organizing it very well, and just inputting your purpose there. Just like take your little purpose, take it, organize things, you know, the way and the how-tos, and then go through. Go through like you and your purpose. Yeah, okay, this is required. Okay, boom, boom, boom. We have go through. We have do a purpose and thing. So for the principle of Nia, it says to make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. It's so tied to Africa. It's really beautiful, just how Africa and Kwanzaa really is, and how much it is talking about the community of Africans and the diaspora. To build and develop the community should be the thing that we are doing to solve the world's problems. That's how you solve the world's problems. And through that, you can get paid, and you can be quite specific about the things that you are good at and doing those things. And most importantly, you can pick something that you really actually love to do. You love to do it. And it's great to start there because it's the most honest thing and it's in the heart. What do you love to do? I feel like I live there generally, like I'm so in like, oh, I love this thing and I love that thing, but then I don't move forward enough, you know, I don't do a thing or develop a skill fast enough that, you know, would help out the whole ikigai picture. Or, you know, I might love to do a thing, but I just don't create many instances of me doing it. I might not have put myself out there to get paid for it enough times, and, you know, in laxing on all the other parts, have not really contributed to my community. So some of us might be, you know, living on the bottom half there of vocation and profession, and you're very good at, you know, doing what you gotta do and doing what you can see the community needs, that like, gotta do this because they need it. And then some of us live at the top, more like the top, where we're thinking about that passion and we're thinking about that mission, but we are, you know, struggling to really actually put one step in front of the other and like deliver, you know, deliver real things that are actually going to fulfill us and help out our community. Here's to, you know, ikigai as a full, complete concept. Any areas that you feel like you need to work on, just start working on them, start doing them. It's a great exercise, and even just doing Kwanzaa as well as documenting the Kwanzaa process has been very nourishing to me, and it very much feels like it is of my ikigai to share information. I love education, I love learning. If you've learned anything from this series of videos from me, drop it in the comments, y'all. By the way, I haven't been seeing like, comment, share, and subscribe and all of those things, so you know what to do. Sometimes I'm so focused on, oh, I have to make the video today, I have to make the video, that I am not sitting and breathing in the principle of the day, like to sit in my niya or to sit in my ujama yesterday. Like, I, you know, could take some more time brewing in the principle instead of only putting it in these videos. But I'm very happy to be documenting this, and I'm very happy to be enlightening anyone who's learning anything new. I hope that, you know, if you have found your purpose already, you are really on the path, laser focus on the path. Self-determination, kujichagulia, like driving you so that you can serve the community. When you take ujima, take collective work and responsibility into account, and use ujama, cooperative economics, to help bring that to light. And all of this would be fueled by your niya, your purpose. Yeah man, Kwanzaa, you're going with things. Yeah, make people feel good up and nice up and thing. Yeah. And just here for a greater purpose, you know, if you're down, if you're depressed or whatever, just check it out. So as usual, we will end with Kinara time. Let me actually do a little cleanup. You see, it's like the paint stays even though the wax melts. There's our girl. Love what's going on with the candles there, this cutie wax. So fresh. So today we light our first green candle here because we're moving from left to right. So first we start with umoja, kujichagulia, ujima, ujama, and today's principle, the wonderful niya, purpose. Hey, look at our the girls, all 5 of them. So nice to have 5. It's like having babies, but not, because I'm gonna like out the candles soon. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning into what feels like my favorite principle so far, which is purpose, because everything starts with self. To be a good community member, you have to be good to yourself. And there's some people who are serving their communities but not serving themselves enough, and that's how you burn out and things. So you really have to think about yourself, think about what you're doing. Do you love it? Are you good at it? How does it meet the needs of society? How does it keep you sustaining your own life? And I hope you found the Ikigai exercise useful. Let me know in the comments what you think of Ikigai. And you can even say what you put in each category if you feel like sharing. So yeah, thanks for still being on the Kwanzaa journey. Everybody who has watched each video, big up yourself. Big up yourself to the maximum, man. To the maximum. It's Psyka Dela, and we're tuning out for day 5. Peace.